Have you ever wondered why, despite having a welcoming and comfortable home, serenity always seems to elude you? What if the key to a more fulfilling life was hidden within the home? What if the objects that surround you every day, silently, were energy vampires? In this video, thanks to a Zen story full of Buddhist wisdom, we will see the 9 objects that are ruining your life and that you should eliminate from your home immediately. And if you stay until the end of the video, you will find out which items you can replace the ones you should throw away. But before continuing, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to stay updated when we publish new content for your spiritual growth. Imagine crossing the threshold of your home and feeling a wave of positive energy envelop you, like a warm hug. Imagine breathing deeply, freeing yourself from the stress and worries accumulated during the day. Imagine finally feeling at home, in your sanctuary of peace and well-being, where you can recharge your batteries and find your inner balance. It is not an unattainable dream, but a concrete possibility, as long as you free yourself from some insidious objects which, like energy vampires, feed on your vitality and keep you anchored to negative emotions. These objects are sneaky. They hide in plain sight, disguised as harmless ornaments or convenient appliances. But their effect on your energy is devastating. And now you will understand it thanks to the words of the elderly and wise Buddhist monk Benzo. Dear pilgrims, I am happy that you have come to the monastery to meet me and to listen to what I have to tell you about your homes, began the monk. Our home, he continued, is a place where we cannot afford to attract negative energies if we want to live a peaceful life full of inner peace. This is because our home is the place where we spend most of the hours of our lives. Have you ever heard of Feng Shui, the ancient Chinese art of organizing spaces to encourage the flow of positive energy? Asked the monk, addressing everyone present. This art teaches us that our home is much more than just a roof over our heads. It is an extension of ourselves, a reflection of our inner state. And if it is full of useless objects, chaotic and disorganized, our mind will also be agitated and confused. But it's not just Feng Shui that tells us about the importance of a harmonious home environment. Even environmental psychology, a relatively recent discipline, highlights how the environment in which we live profoundly influences our psychological well-being. A messy and chaotic space can increase levels of stress, anxiety, and depression, while an orderly and clean environment promotes calm, concentration, and creativity. Furthermore, recent neuroscientific studies have shown that our brain is constantly bombarded by visual and sensory stimuli from the surrounding environment. A home environment overloaded with objects and information can overload our brain, making it harder to concentrate and relax. Therefore, my dears, science and ancient Buddhist wisdom meet and think in the same way about the art of organizing our homes so that they transmit positive emotions to us. While the disciples listened with extreme attention to the words of their mentor, Benzo began to list the 9 energy vampires that we should quickly banish from our home. The always-on television is one of the most harmful objects we have in our homes, said the monk with conviction. The constant noise of television is a real attack on our inner peace. Not only does it distract us and prevent us from concentrating, but it also bombards us with often negative information, fueling anxiety and stress. Furthermore, the blue light emitted by the screen interferes with the production of melatonin, the sleep hormone, making it more difficult to fall asleep and compromising the quality of rest. Dear pilgrims, turn off the TV and rediscover the pleasure of silence, reading, meditation, or a conversation with your loved ones. The pile of paperwork on the desk is another thing the monk focused on. Bills, documents, advertisements, and other such objects fill us with negativity, Benzo said. The accumulated paper not only creates visual clutter, but also represents unfinished tasks and responsibilities that weigh on our minds. Every time we see that pile of papers, our subconscious reminds us that we have something pending, generating a sense of anxiety and dissatisfaction. So, take some time to sort through the paperwork, file away what is important, and throw away the rest. A medicine drawer full of expired medications, Benzo continued, is another thing you should absolutely avoid. Expired medications are useless and potentially harmful. Furthermore, they represent a past of illnesses and ailments that we no longer want to relive. Keeping them at home is like holding on to a past that no longer serves us, preventing us from looking forward with optimism. Clean out your medicine cabinet and keep only what is necessary. The monk, after looking everyone present in the eyes, continued his lesson by talking about the refrigerator full of spoiled food. Spoiled food is a breeding ground for bacteria and mold, which can contaminate other foods and cause health problems. But it's not just a question of hygiene. Spoiled food represents a waste of resources and a burden on the conscience. It reminds us of our inability to manage things efficiently. Check your refrigerator regularly and throw away anything that is no longer edible. The same thing, my dears, applies to the wardrobe full of clothes that you no longer wear. We're all guilty of hoarding clothes that we no longer wear, but that could come in handy. In reality, these items take up precious space and make us feel guilty every time we open the wardrobe. Furthermore, they represent an attachment to the past and an inability to let go. Make a ruthless selection and donate or sell the clothes you haven't worn for at least a year. Which of you has withered plants on the balcony? Asked the monk with a smile. You should know that plants are living beings that deserve care and attention. A wilted or diseased plant not only looks unsightly, but can also negatively affect the energy of your home. Plants represent life and vitality, and seeing them die can generate a sense of sadness and helplessness. So, take care of your plants, or if you don't have a green thumb, opt for good quality artificial plants. And what can we say, dear pilgrims, about the old magazines and newspapers accumulated in a corner of the house? Old magazines and newspapers take up space and accumulate dust. If you don't read them anymore, get rid of them without regrets. They are a symbol of obsolete information and a past that no longer serves you. Recycle them or donate them to anyone who might be interested. Even dusty holiday souvenirs are useless items that you should get rid of. It's nice to keep travel memories, but there's no need to keep every single item. Choose the souvenirs that are closest to your heart and get rid of the rest. Too much junk can weigh down the environment and make it chaotic. Display your favorite souvenirs so they can be admired and remembered, but don't let them take over. The same goes for unwanted gifts. We have all received gifts that we didn't like or that we don't use. Keeping them at home out of guilt or to avoid offending the person who gave them to us isn't good for anyone. These objects can generate a sense of obligation and dissatisfaction, constantly reminding us of something we don't like. Donate them to those who might appreciate them or sell them online, freeing up physical and emotional space. The pilgrims were grateful to the monk for these life lessons, but Benzo was ready to go further. My dears, after having clarified which are some of the objects that ruin your life because they have a negative influence on the energy you breathe in your home, the time has come to understand how to make your home an oasis of peace and serenity. Getting rid of these energy vampires is just the beginning, in fact. To transform your home into an oasis of peace and serenity, you must create an environment that nourishes your soul and promotes relaxation. It's not just about throwing things away, but about making conscious choices about what we want to keep in our lives. Ask yourself, does this object make me happy? Is it useful to me? Does it represent me? If the answer is no, it's time to let it go. Decluttering is a liberating process that allows us to make room for new experiences and opportunities. Intuitive organization is another trick that can help you substantially. Find a place for everything and store items so they are easy to find and use. Remember that an orderly environment helps keep the mind calm and serene. So use boxes, baskets, and containers to keep everything in place, and label everything clearly. Also remember to give importance to cleanliness. A clean home is a happy home. Spend time every day cleaning and maintain order. Cleaning is not just a physical activity, but also a ritual that helps us clear the mind and create a sacred space. Use natural and ecological products to clean your home, so as not to pollute the environment and protect your health. Another thing you must do is to prefer natural light. Open the windows and let the sunlight in. Natural light improves mood, increases energy, and promotes well-being. If your home doesn't get a lot of natural light, you can use full-spectrum lamps that simulate sunlight. Natural light is essential for our physical and mental health, so try to make the most of it. Plants and flowers, when they are thriving, have a fundamental role in building inner peace. Plants purify the air, improve mood, and create a more relaxing atmosphere. Choose plants that adapt well to the environment of your home and take care of them with love. Plants are a symbol of life and growth, and having them in our home reminds us of our connection to nature. Another thing you can do is study the colors that fill your home. Opt for neutral and relaxing shades such as white, beige, gray, or light green. Avoid colors that are too bright or stimulating, which can increase anxiety. Colors have a strong impact on our emotional state, so choose carefully the ones you want to have around you. Blue, for example, is associated with calm and tranquility, while yellow can stimulate creativity and optimism. Additionally, use essential oils, incense, or natural scented candles to create a relaxing, scented atmosphere. Avoid synthetic perfumes, which can contain harmful chemicals. Natural scents have the power to calm the mind, reduce stress, and improve mood. Lavender, for example, is known for its relaxing properties, while lemon can promote concentration and energy. Don't underestimate the importance of classical music, New Age, or the sounds of nature in promoting relaxation and reducing stress. Music has a therapeutic effect on our mind and body. Create a personalized playlist with your favorite melodies and listen to it while relaxing on the sofa or taking a hot bath. And then make sure your home is filled with objects that inspire you and have deep spiritual meaning. They can be photos of loved ones, works of art, travel memories, or objects that remind you of your goals and dreams. At the same time, don't fill every corner of your home with objects. Leave empty spaces where energy can flow freely. An environment that is too full can feel suffocating and oppressive, while an airy space promotes the feeling of freedom and lightness.